As I was preparing our update yesterday on the proposal that Disney sent to the Economic Recovery Task Force in Florida, one of the primary questions that I had that seemed to be unanswered in that announcement was what Disney was planning to do with those guests who had already purchased a ticket, be that a single day, multi-day, or annual pass. Well, right after that proposal news broke, Disney sent out another update answering that very question. And actually, it's a move that I found kind of, well, completely unexpected, actually. I hadn't thought of this possibility in the many ways that they might be able to handle this. Disney has said that they're going to give priority to those guests who already have a ticket or have an annual pass. Priority, that is, in making reservations for that reservation period. So if you have a single day, multi-day, or annual pass that you've already purchased, you will get essentially first dibs on those reservation period. And I don't assume the same will be true for the guests who have a hotel reserved for those days as well. Although the announcement that I read didn't mention that specifically, but I assume that to be the case. Matter of fact, I assume if you've got a hotel on property, then you have a ticket. I don't think it's one goes with the other, right? Nobody does it one without a ticket, right? You don't get a hotel without a ticket. And with that, which is really even more curious, well, not curious, it's interesting. With that, they are going to pause all other ticket sales that are happening now. They're going to wait. They're going to put a hold on it. You can't buy a ticket right now. You can't buy a single day or multi-day ticket or an annual pass, I would guess, not until they get the reservation system up and running and they start reserving reservations for the reservation period. So I imagine this is being done so they can limit or put a cap on the number of guests that are trying to get a reservation. They don't want to have, if they announce this and they announce at the same time that they're going to give dibs to the people who already bought a ticket, how many tickets would they be selling right now on the website? I can't even guess. They'd be going bonkers. They'd break the website up probably. So that's been capped. So that's kind of frozen. And then once this reservation period ends, obviously then you can go back to buying tickets normally. Probably, no, I should say you'll be able to buy tickets normally once the reservation period begins. Now, obviously, this is great news for people who had already purchased a ticket. I know that there was probably a lot of people that were kind of concerned, scared, who had already made a commitment to go to the park during this time. They've already got a ticket. They've already got reservations. I'm talking about flights and hotels and that kind of thing. And they're worrying, well, gosh, what if I get, because we asked this question, what if I get frozen out? What if I miss? What if I'm late to the reservation party? What if I can't get logged in or I don't get up till 10 a.m. or something like that? I mean, it's a bit of a relief for those folks who are already committed, as much as one can be committed in this current situation. But for those guests who are committed to going to Disneyland, or Disney World, I should say, in the month of July, or probably for the first month or two into this period. Now, as an annual pass holder, it would have been great if they had given those pass holders a soft opening possibility like they did at Universal. But barring that, if you can't do that, then this is a very good plan B, in my opinion. Now, the only thing that they haven't answered yet, which I'm sure they will, is what are they doing with those guests who have a multi-day visit planned, a multi-day ticket, or a full week or whatever planned at Disneyland during the reservation period, because obviously this is still something that I think is going to be happening. They're not going to just let you book as many days as you want or reserve as many days as you want. There's got to be a cap. There's got to be a limit to how many days you can book. Shanghai, 1 day. You can't book another day until you've gone to the park and that day has passed, and then you could book another one. So there's really no opportunity for you to book 2 or 3 days in a row, or reserve, I should say. Reserve 2 or 3 days in a row, unless I'm betting you have a hotel reservation. That would probably be the only possibility that they would allow that. But just as a normal guest visiting, they're probably not going to let you reserve a couple days in a row. Now, one counter argument you might have to that multi-day issue is that it can be said that owning a multi-day pass is not a guarantee, nor is it a requirement that you use both or all 3 days or however many days of multi-day tickets you purchased. A 3-day multi-ticket pass, for example, is not 3 days in a row necessarily. It's just 3 individual entrances into the park. You can use one on a Tuesday and another one on a Saturday and another one next month or whatever, as long as it's within that time frame. So it's not a requirement for Disney to give you those, nor is it a requirement that you do it that way. Having said that, I do feel like that is the most typical way that a person uses a multi-day pass, and those people should be accounted for or taken care of or thought of in some way. In the same way that the reason why I buy an annual pass is so that I can go whenever I want, any day I want, anytime I want. When the mood strikes, I get in the car and I drive to Disneyland. Obviously, that's not going to be the case for a little while, and Disney's not required to allow me to do that. They have the exception, capacity, notwithstanding. That's fine. I'm just saying that's usually the mindset that somebody has when they buy one of those, is with that idea in mind. Anything less than that, you're not getting your full value, be that if you actually use it or not. That's your intent. Having said all of that, I'm sure there's going to be another update on the reservation process. They haven't even revealed what it is yet, so we're going to find out more, but that's our current state of things today. So for those of you who are thinking about planning a trip for July to Walt Disney World or have already made plans, that might give you some level of comfort or understanding today. But we're going to find out more in the coming days, less than a week or sure, something like that, I'm sure. So until then, keep watching Fresh Baked. We'll have an update for you as soon as they happen. Who knows, it could be a couple hours from now. News is coming pretty fast these days. Stay tuned to Fresh Baked. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and please do remember to be kind to one another and be kind to the cast members that you encounter when you go to the park this coming summer season, considering all the guidelines that are going to be in place. They're here to help you. They're here to take care of you. There's no reason at all to bring any anger with you to Disneyland. If you are already going to Disneyland with that in mind, please just stay home. Don't go. If you're not prepared to accept the guidelines, then just don't go, please. You're going to be, in a month or two, things will be back to normal and you can go then and everything will be fine. So just be patient during this process. So for those people who really do want to go. That's all I got, guys. We love you very much. Take care of one another, be kind, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked.